Today we are going to talk about the best build for Nanna, her best weapon, skill priority, best teams, and how to play her. It's very important to understand how she works because she's kind of complicated. Let's dive in. Nanna is Dark Element Breaker unit. I found her to be really interesting to play. Some players do consider her to be kind of complicated since most of her kit depends on how well you can predict where her blade's going to fall, and sometimes they fall pretty far away. First, I'll explain how she works so you have a general understanding of her kit. First, skill, crescent spin. When you use this skill, Nanna is going to throw her blades towards the direction you want, and if the blades hit an enemy, one of her blade is going to fall on ground, and it can fall anywhere. After that, she enters her new moon state, means she is only holding one blade now, and the other one is on the ground somewhere. Use this skill again and dash toward the enemy, and after you hit your target, you can use your joystick to dash in whatever direction you want, but always dash where your second blade fell, as you need to touch it. Upon retrieving her moon blades, Nanna enters the full moon state, temporarily enhancing her second skill, Lunar Waltz, and summoning an orbiting blade that circles around the frontline character for 15 seconds, dealing chase damage with each hit. Hitting an enemy with the enhanced second skill, Lunar Waltz, inflicts a lunar mark on the target for 15 seconds. Enemies marked with the lunar mark take additional chase damage once every time they are hit by the orbiting blade. Now let's talk about her skill priority. First, you should definitely upgrade her passive Full Moon Blessing, as it enhances the damage of orbiting blades. Second, you should be focusing on her second skill, Lunar Waltz. This enhances your basic and enhanced basic attacks. Third skill that you should upgrade is Nanna's first skill, Crescent Spin, as you're always going to be casting this to trigger her passive ability. Fourth, you should upgrade her ultimate, Moon Summon. It provides a burst of damage against enemies. Fifth, you can upgrade her combo skill, Lunar Glow. It instantly activates her passive, summoning her orbiting blade. However, the orbiting blade's damage depends on the passive skill upgrade. Last upgrade priority is going to be her basic attack, Crescent Blades. It's better to pass her orbiting blade to another character, so you don't really need to upgrade this. Next, let's talk about her best weapon choice. Her best fit is going to be Fertile Crescent. It provides a base effect that enhances dark damage by 7.2%. It also increases the damage of Lunar Waltz, her second skill, by 10%, and the final strike deals 3 additional hits of 100% enhanced damage. Your other options are going to be 3 Star Moon Sand and 4 Star Moon Sand enhanced. Next up, let's talk about the best teams for Nanna. First one would be Nanna Logos and Florence team. Nanna serves as the team's first strike. In case you don't know what's first strike, it means the character that is going to be in the battle first. She will activate her passive ability to summon an orbiting blade that damages enemies for 15 seconds. Following this, switch to Logos to trigger her passive, summoning notes that inflict damage over 10 seconds. Once both passives are active, switch to Florence to engage the remaining enemies. The passives of Nanna and Logos effectively eliminate weaker foes, allowing Florence to focus her skills on stronger enemies. After several rotations, their ultimates will become available. Cue them to deliver a short burst of high damage to enemies. Given their elemental alignments, which inflict damaging elemental anomalies, you can quickly kill enemies while also applying elemental overload to tougher opponents. If you unlock Logos's talent 2, her notes will also provide a healing effect to the team each time it attacks enemies. You can also use other characters like Ming. Her second skill, Gleaming Light, enhances the team's damage over time (DOT) capability. Along with Nanna's passive, your DPS characters can focus on stronger enemies on the battlefield because of this. Hefei, a fully upgraded Hefei, can enhance the elemental anomaly, allowing Nanna and your DPS character to trigger elemental overload on enemies more quickly. Viola, she is also a great combination with Nanna, as she can lay down 2 electric fields that damage enemies over time. However, you must carefully consider where she places these fields to maximize their coverage of the battlefield. For her second team, I'll give her a free-to-play one. Use Nanna Zero and Whooshie. In this team, Nanna will support Whooshie with her orbiting blade, while Zero will enhance his attack through her second skill. The rotation begins with Zero as the team's first striker, casting her second skill to boost the team's damage output. After that, Nanna will switch into the battlefield to activate her passive, summoning an orbiting blade that surrounds her and other characters. Once the attack buff and orbiting blade are in effect, switch to Whooshie to handle the remaining enemies. Once their ultimates are ready, cue them to unleash high damage on enemies within a short period. Since Nanna and Whooshie share the same dark elemental alignment, it will be easier to trigger erosion, which deals additional damage to enemies based on the damage inflicted by the frontline unit during its duration. Meanwhile, Zero's alignment inflicts the glare state, which damages enemies after a set period of time. With these 2 elemental alignments, you can trigger elemental overload. Next, let's talk her strengths and weaknesses. Strengths. She summons an orbiting blade that surrounds a character and damages enemies in a wide area for a set duration. Applies the dark elemental anomaly erosion, causing enemies to take additional damage based on the amount dealt by your characters during its duration. Weaknesses. Requires you to pick up the Moonblade to activate her passive ability, which becomes more challenging when facing multiple enemies. The Moonblade might sometimes land far away, making it harder to pick it up. In short, Nanna is a powerful breaker who deals damage through her passive ability, Full Moon Blessing, which summons a rotating blade around your frontline character. However, activating her ability requires precise prediction skills and is sometimes ineffective due to her Moonblade falling far away. Now let's talk about if you should dupe her. Dupes mean potential, and potential means getting more copies of her. Dupe 1. Increases her damage by 100% when she's in her new moon state, which means when she uses her first skill once and throws her other Moonblade on ground, that state is called New Moon State. Dupe 2. This is the most important upgrade as it increases Nanna's orbiting blade damage by 35%. Dupe 3. This dupe increases Nanna's attack by 10% for 15 seconds after she picks up the Moonblade. Dupe 4. Not a priority upgrade, but useful for increasing the levels of her skills by 2. Dupe 5. Not a necessary 2 upgrade as it provides a powerful debuff that reduces enemy resistance by 50%, but it can only be used while she's casting her ultimate skill. Dupe 6. This is a good dupe that increases your attack damage by 20% during full moon state and enhances the passive's orbiting blades, but it's too much investment. If you really like Nanna and want to use her long term, then getting her to Dupe 2 is a really good idea, but anything after that is not important. And by the way, after unlocking her talent 2, her orbiting blades becomes sharper, dealing an additional 190% chase damage when hitting a target, which is very powerful. Now let's talk about how to actually play her. Nanna's combo sequence is quite short, requires precise timing and prediction skills. Essentially, you must quickly pick up Nanna's Moonblade to activate her passive ability. Pay close attention to where the Moonblade lands, especially when fighting multiple enemies. First, cast Nanna's first skill, Crescent Spin, to throw a Moonblade on the ground. She will throw her Moonblade forward, and if it hits an enemy, it will fall in a random area near the struck enemy. Keep in mind that if you fail to pick up the Moonblade, it will return to Nanna after some time, and this will not activate her passive ability. Then, cast Nanna's enhanced first skill, hitting an enemy with a melee attack. Then quickly move your joystick in the direction of the fallen Moonblade to automatically catch it mid-air, triggering Nanna to perform a spinning attack. Picking up the Moonblade activates Nanna's passive, Full Moon Blessing, which summons damage-dealing orbiting blades around her for 15 seconds. If you successfully activate Nanna's passive, her second skill will also be enhanced, quickly casted to deal additional damage without consuming any vigor. Using this skill marks enemies with Lunar Mark, causing them to take increased damage from Nanna's orbiting blade. Then, once you finish Nanna's combo, switch to a carry or support to deal damage or buff the team. Nanna's orbiting blades will remain active even if you switch to another character, as long as their duration hasn't expired. At last, once their ultimates are charged up, cue them to unleash a quick burst of damage on enemies. That's it for the Nanna build guide. Have a wonderful day, everyone.